welcome back to Two-Wheel Trend, where every ride tells a story, and today, that story is pure retro charm fused with modern reliability. We're diving deep into the 2025 Kawasaki W800, a motorcycle that doesn't just idea and time travels. Inspired by the original W1 from the 1960s, the W800 is not a scooter despite some confusion online. It's a true modern classic motorcycle, built for purists and lovers of vintage aesthetics. And if you've been craving that old-school British parallel twin charm with Japanese engineering, then you're in for a treat. First impressions of the 2025 Kawasaki W800 instantly transport you to a different era. Just take a look at the front. That large round headlight is framed with chrome, glowing with LED brilliance while maintaining that authentic old-school look. The headlight housing is metallic and beautifully sculpted, accentuated by a polished chrome finish. Above it sits a pair of analog dials, a speedometer and tachometer with small LCD inserts that subtly remind you this is 2025, not 1965. The wide handlebars offer a relaxed posture and are mounted on top of classic-looking fork gaiters, keeping things neat and vintage. The front fender is all metal, all chrome, and gives the front a classy, tough stance. And speaking of stance, the 19-inch front wheel wrapped in retro pattern tires gives the bike presence, whether parked or in motion. Moving to the rear, the visual appeal of the Kawasaki W800 continues to impress. The long, bench-style seat is plush and finished in premium stitched leather-like material, offering comfort for both rider and pillion. Just behind it, the chrome rear grabber adds utility and contributes to the overall symmetry. The rear fender echoes the front, with full metal construction and deep chrome accents, extending elegantly over the 18-inch rear wheel. The taillight assembly features a rounded red lens in a bullet-style housing, flanked by traditional round indicators. Again, LED technology is used discreetly inside, giving you visibility without sacrificing style. Dual chrome shocks give it a retro touch, and the exposed chain final drive reminds you this is an analog machine at heart. But now, let's talk about what powers this time capsule. Underneath that classic tank lies a beautifully air-cooled, 773cc vertical twin engine. This SOC, 8-valve, fuel-injected motor is a piece of mechanical artwork, both in looks and engineering. It produces around 52 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 62.9 Nm of torque at 4,800 rpm, tuned for low-end grunt and smooth delivery rather than higher F-thrill. That makes the W800 an ideal bike for relaxed cruising, weekend rides, and everyday commutes with a stylish twist. The engine retains its 360-degree crankshaft layout, which gives it that distinctive heartbeat, to smooth yet characterful. And yes, you still get the signature bevel gear-driven camshaft, a nod to Kawasaki's engineering heritage. It not only looks stunning but also sets the W800 apart in a sea of modern plastic-wrapped motorcycles. Riding the W800 is not about pushing boundaries, it's about enjoying the ride. The bike's performance is all about linear torque, relaxed acceleration, and confidence-inspiring handling. Thanks to the low 790mm seat height and neutral riding triangle, riders of all sizes can find comfort here. The clutch is light and precise, the 5-speed gearbox shifts with a reassuring click, and the throttle response is buttery smooth. Whether you're gliding through the city streets or out on a country road, the W800 maintains composure, never feeling rushed or overwhelmed. It's not built for racing, it's built for presence. The suspension setup consists of standard telescopic forks at the front and dual rear shocks, tuned more for comfort and road feel than aggressive cornering. Braking is handled by a 320mm disc up front with a 2-piston caliper, and a 270mm disc at the rear. ABS is standard, subtly integrated, ensuring safety without intrusion. On highways, the W800 can comfortably cruise at 120 km/h all day. The engine isn't screaming at those speeds, it's humming. You feel connected, in tune with the road and the machine. There are no rider modes, no traction control, no TFT screens, just you and the motorcycle. And that's the whole point. Kawasaki built this bike to be a soulful experience. Something that feels mechanical, analog, visceral, and every ride becomes memorable because of that simplicity. Fuel efficiency is surprisingly decent for a 773cc air-cooled twin. You can expect anywhere between 22 to 26 kilometers per liter depending on how hard you ride and the kind of roads you tackle. That gives you decent range from the 15-liter fuel tank, making this a practical choice for both city rides and weekend getaways. The overall weight of the bike is around 226 kilograms, but it's well balanced. The weight disappears once you're rolling. The Framio double cradle steel setup adds to the rigidity and stability while cornering. It's no lightweight, but it doesn't feel clumsy either, and it's agile enough for daily use if you appreciate timeless design over modern convenience. Let's talk pricing. The 2025 Kawasaki W800 is not cheap and it's not trying to be. In most global markets, it retails around $10,000. In regions like Europe or Australia, it may vary slightly depending on local taxes and compliance. For those in Asia, including India and Pakistan, expect a premium price due to its CBU nature. But what you're paying for here is authenticity and heritage. You're not just buying a motorcycle, you're buying an experience. One that looks just as good standing still as it feels in motion. There aren't many bikes that compete directly with the W800. You could look at the Triumph Bonneville T100, Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, or Moto Guzzi V7 as alternatives. But each has its own flavor. The W800 leans more towards smoothness, simplicity, and old-school charm with Japanese finesse. The finish levels are top-notch, from the chrome detailing to the welds on the frame and the way paint reflects the sunlight. Every element feels carefully considered. And yes, it's not perfect. Some riders might crave more modern features as a ride-by-wire, cruise control, adjustable suspension. You won't find those here, and the weight might be a concern for beginners. But none of that matters if your heart wants a machine that connects with your soul. The 2025 W800 isn't trying to win any performance races or spec sheet battles. It's trying to make you smile. And it does that beautifully. As we wrap up this ride, it's clear that the Kawasaki W800 is a niche offering, but it fills that niche with timeless elegance. It's a motorcycle that looks back in time but rides like it belongs in the present. For riders who appreciate aesthetics, mechanical purity, and simplicity over digital wizardry, the W800 is more than just a motorcycle. It's a statement that says, I ride for the love of it. So, what do you think about the 2025 Kawasaki W800? Would you park this timeless classic in your garage? Or do you prefer something with more gadgets and horsepower? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Two Wheel Trend, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for riding with USA. Until next time, keep the throttle steady and your heart open to the road.